Welcome to the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 7 minutes. My name is Jeremy Poock, and I lead Senior Attorney Match. In today's episode, we're excited to welcome a guest, Steve Ginsberg from Legal Marketing Arm. And the topic today is how digital marketing continues disrupting law firm values post 2020. Steve, welcome, and please share a little about yourself and about Legal Marketing Arm.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate you having me on. I own and operate Legal Marketing Arm. We are a boutique paid search marketing and online lead generation company for law firms. I started the company in 2011 and spent the previous 10 years before that in the big agency world, if you will. I worked for two of the largest digital marketing agencies in the country, managing paid campaigns for law firms. And then it ages me, but believe it or not, I was a Yellow Pages rep in the early 2000s, back when personal injury attorneys were literally lined up at our door, wanting to spend more so they could have double and triple full page ads and back covers and all that. So I've really been in the industry since the beginning. And really since the start of search engine marketing and Google Ads, and really saw firsthand just a massive shift from print to digital. And I've been, I guess, working for the Google gods, or as you like to say, Uncle Google, ever since.
Well, Steve, thanks so much. And shift is such a great word. So let's jump right into it, Steve. So as we know, right, consumer behavior has shifted dramatically since Google entered the scene, right? We did used to go to Yellow Pages, whether we're looking for PI attorneys or other attorneys, and post Google and really post 2020, what we're seeing in the marketplace, and I'm sure you are as well, is that consumer behavior is shifting digitally, and consumers of legal services, they're more and more, they're looking for their lawyers online. So could you just share with us, Steve, how does Legal Marketing Arm, how do they capture the attention when people are searching Google to hire a lawyer?
Yeah. So our bread and butter is paid search marketing on Google, and Bing and Yahoo also, but primarily Google. So pay per click, or PPC, is one of the many acronyms you hear in the space. But for example, if somebody goes on Google and they search car accident lawyer near me, or criminal defense attorney Chicago, we make sure that our clients' ads are in those top four spots on Google, the sponsored listings, and the attorney only pays Google. They only get charged per click when somebody who did that search clicks through to their website and or landing page. In other words, it's a keyword auction, really. So we're essentially going to the keyword auction on behalf of the law firm. We are bidding on specific keyword phrases, hundreds, sometimes thousands of keyword concatenations, and we're bidding against other law firms. In other words, it's a market-based ecosystem. Google doesn't dictate the price. Companies like ours don't dictate the price. It's determined solely by the attorneys and what they're willing to bid and pay to get that traffic. So pay-per-click campaigns is the bulk of what we do. And then the other piece of the pie that didn't exist 2 years ago is Google screened, or local service ads. Those are the ads that are now on top of the regular pay-per-click ads. And conversation for another day. It's a separate platform with its own pricing and a whole lot of nuance. But that's what we do is we manage and optimize paid search campaigns on Google, and try and drive as many qualified leads and of course new cases as we can.
Great, thanks so much. And in terms of how digital marketing is disrupting the law firm values post 2020, we'll show the audience that there's really five components to valuing a law firm post 2020. That is the client list, the referral source list, taking together a book of business that attorneys have generated over the course of their careers, their goodwill, subject matter knowledge, and their digital value. In reality, many senior attorneys, they just don't, for lack of a better phrase, get it. about the importance of digital value post 2020. So, if we show the next infographic, we're going to see that for those law firms that aren't adopting a digital marketing campaign for their practices, we're seeing that that is impacting their ability to generate new clients and new referral sources, similar to how they did in yesteryear. So, Steve, just interested in your thoughts when you're looking at this infographic. What do you see as the correlation between lack of a digital marketing campaign and the ability to develop clients post 2020?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think it's a critical component. I mean, I think it's critical now, and it's only going to become that much more vital into the future. But I think it goes beyond just Google Ads campaigns, right? I mean, of course, in determining what a law firm's worth and its valuation, having strong, dialed in, optimized paid campaigns are a big part of it. But I think their organic search, their domain, their digital equity, their content, their brand. I think all of it together is critical. I mean, of course, referrals is still the best business, the best type of business you can get, and goodwill and all of those things are obviously vital. But yeah, I mean, to have that digital value and to show a potential buyer, how many consistent inbound leads and cases you're getting from the internet is massive.
Great. And we're often, saying to our clients that, people jokingly say that, have a millennial do it, right? We'll have a millennial spruce up the website, spruce up a LinkedIn profile. But when the millennials don't do it, that joke goes sour when senior attorneys are not generating the types of clients that they're used to. And we'll just show in the next infographic that what we see as really, probably a better word, a cure, a way to address this, that if you're not going to adopt the type of digital marketing campaigns that a company like Legal Marketing Arm can introduce for law firms today, we're recommending that senior attorneys join growing law firms. Those growing law firms, they are typically digitally committed, and they look at senior attorneys and the great synergy value that senior attorneys present to their firms, that one of those components of synergy value is the marketing value. Take that goodwill, take the client list that the attorney has generated over the course of his or her career, their experience in multiple practice areas, and start advertising for them digitally. Introduce a podcast, set out posts on LinkedIn, connect with your clients and referral sources on LinkedIn. Committed growing law firms present great opportunities for senior attorneys in that regard. So next, Steve, we're going to look at what we call law firm sales 2.0. This is not that far off in the future. Okay, we're still in law firm sales 1.0 for the most part, where those sales are based upon the value of a client list and a referral source list. Very soon, with law firms that have mature websites, digital value and brand awareness is going to become critical components to law firm value. And I'm just curious to know, we can go under the hood a little bit. Could you discuss with us how paid digital marketing campaigns results in trackable lead generation for law firms?
Sure. Yeah, it's a good question, and I think digital marketing, especially compared to your traditional media, TV and radio and billboards, et cetera, which are a lot tougher to quantify. Yeah, with online marketing and digital analytics and software have enabled us to really be able to dial in and track and quantify not just the amount of leads and cases that a firm gets from the internet, but by specific channel. In other words, you know this is how many calls and how many form submissions we got from Google Ads last month. This is how many live chat leads you got last month from your organic SEO or from Google Maps, or this is how many phone calls we got from Google Screens. So the analytics are massive, and a piece of it is the call recording and call tracking, which has become pretty easy and streamlined, but it's something that used to be difficult to do. But now, especially if attorney is smart enough to have a strong multi-channel digital strategy, it's a lot of times the intake folks will, if they're not using a CRM, it's like, well, hey, how did you hear of us? Oh, I saw you on Google. Okay. analytics allows us to really dive in, and call tracking specifically. If somebody clicks on Google Ads, let's say, onto a law firm's ad, onto their website or a landing page, call tracking software will swap out the attorney's actual number with a call tracking number in real time. And it's no code or nothing that the attorney has to do on their end. It happens pretty seamlessly. So we utilize all of that. Of course, for the attorney, it's, they want to see, and all they really should care about is, I'm investing X amount of money. This is how many calls I got. This is how many, leads I got. And then, of course, this is how many cases we signed. But as marketers, we can really take it to that next level, meaning we can look at the analytics behind the leads, right? And we can use that data to optimize their campaign. So an example would be, for a personal injury firm, we may see that car accident lawyer near me, that particular keyword with the ad that we use and the landing page we use, that may generate a lot of traffic and impressions. And the attorney might say, God, Steve, I see myself all the time for this keyword. That's great. But we know through analytics and diving deeper that, that keyword may drive a lot of traffic, but if it doesn't generate the amount of qualified leads and cases that the attorney needs, but a different keyword or a different ad or a different landing page does, even if it's more expensive, right? Best truck accident lawyer could potentially drive more cases. And even if it's a bigger investment, we will, reallocate bids and budget based on really what's working, not just it's driving traffic and impressions or even leads, but qualified leads and new cases. So yeah, analytics is probably the biggest piece of what we do and how we can track and quantify our efforts.
Terrific. And the reason why we put this in Law Firm Sales 2.0 is because those analytics, when they're showing both lead generation and client retention, as well as brand awareness, we're going to be able to actually quantify a value on that. And unlike many sales in Law Firm Sales 1.0, we're going to be seeing banks getting involved, because banks are going to be a lot more comfortable lending on law firm sales when they have the type of data analytics that Steve just described to us. So for today's buzzer beater, on how digital marketing continues disrupting law firm sales post-2020, we need to realize that in the post-2020 environment, consumer behavior has shifted. We Google for everything today, whether it's a hotel, a restaurant, a pair of sneakers, and yes, your attorney as well. Consumers are searching for lawyers online. And for those lawyers that are not maintaining a digital marketing campaign for their offices, that is having an impact on their value chips for their law practices. That is the value of their practices, which comprises of 5 significant parts, mostly tied to the client list and the referral source list. Without a digital marketing campaign, lawyers and senior attorneys in particular today are not generating as many new clients and referral sources as they did in yesteryear. An antidote or a cure for that we recommend to our clients is that rather than start from scratch, consider joining a growing law firm. They recognize multiple synergy values that senior attorneys present, including the marketing value that can slide in on their commitment to multi-channel digital marketing. And then finally, we are not far away from Law Firm Sales 2.0. And Law Firm Sales 2.0, we will see a fixed price plus an earnout. And that fixed price is going to be tied in to digital value and brand awareness. And here we'll finish off with Steve Ginsberg from Legal Marketing Arm. Steve, when you look forward, how do you see the ongoing role of digital marketing for increasing law firm sale values?
Yeah, I think it's been important for a long time, and it's obviously only going to continue. So yeah, and frankly, with Google Ads and really with search engine optimization and SEO and online marketing in general, it's one of those things where, the longer that you wait and the longer that you don't really invest in it, it becomes that much more difficult to catch up to the firms that have been and that are doing it. So yeah, I think it's critical.
Great. So Steve Ginsberg from Legal Marketing Arm, thanks so much for joining today's episode of the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in a little bit more than 2 times 7. And thanks again, Steve, for joining us.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate you having me.
Sure.